As great as Jujutsu Kaisen has been so far, and it's been amazing. I'm talking all-time great kind of potential, like that good. As great as it's been so far, I do have one major problem with the show, and that major problem is we need more Toudou. Like, out of a cast of amazing characters, Toudou is by far the best character. We need more of him. He needs more screen time. I don't care how the show gets it done. Maybe have Toudou transfer from the Kyoto school to the Tokyo school or something. But we need more Toudou. What is up, y'all? It's your man, Dad Dude, bringing you guys another video. I'm giving out subscriptions down below. So if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, I review every episode and I talk about the anime too. You don't want to miss anything, so go hit that button. Also, feel free to follow him up on Twitter at DatDudeAnime. Episode 15 of Jujutsu Kaisen has brought us Yuji versus Toudou, and it did not disappoint at all. Toudou was a freaking savage, man. He was literally trying to stomp Yuji out. I mean, literally stomping Yuji's head into a tree. That dude was out for blood. He wasn't pulling punches at all. But it shouldn't be a surprise that he is a straight savage given the way he wrecked Megumi. So of course he wasn't then going to try to pull any punches fighting Yuji. To Yuji's credit, he was able to withstand Toudou's initial barrage and put up a pretty good fight. And watching those two heavy hitters go at it was just fun, because both of their fighting styles are based around hand-to-hand combat. And in my opinion, hand-to-hand combat is always going to be more fun than energy beams and huge displays of power and stuff like that. No, don't get me wrong. I'm as big a Dragon Ball Z fan as there is, so energy beams, all that shit, they can be cool at times. But up close and personal combat is, from just a viewer's perspective, watching the fight choreography and that kind of stuff is always going to be more fun in my opinion. And to the show's credit, to Jujutsu Kaisen's credit, almost all the combat in this show is up close and personal, and it really works to the show's benefit. I'm going to be talking about Toudou a lot in this video, so if you don't like Toudou as a character, which I don't see how that even be possible, he's such a good character, but if you don't like Toudou, I'd recommend you just turn this video off now. Actually, on second thought, don't do that. Stick around, watch the whole video, and while you're at it, like and subscribe. But seriously, how can anyone not like Toudou as a character? He's so fun. Like, I get it, the guy's kind of rough around the edges, and he's kind of the ultimate bro for good and for bad. But we got a whole scene in this episode where he's daydreaming about him and Yuji being best friends, all because they like the same kind of women. Like, it's just so fun. It's pretty apparent that Toudou isn't a bad guy. Like I said, he's a little rough around the edges and very eccentric in a macho kind of way, but he isn't a bad guy. We saw in this episode that there's a line that Toudou won't cross. He wasn't willing to go along with the other Kyoto students and trying to kill Yuji, and he was pissed when they tried to intervene in his fight. So we see that there are lines that Toudou won't cross. Toudou seems to have a moral code that he upholds, and he's not just some kind of guy who will go around just doing whatever at the cost of anyone or hurting anyone or things like that. He's not a bad person. He's just a bro, but he's a likable bro. Something that was a relatively small scene, but I felt was kind of important, was Panda explaining to Nobata that just because the students from the Kyoto school are trying to kill Yuji, that they aren't necessarily evil because of that. It is totally understandable that they'll be able to justify killing Yuji, given that they don't know Yuji. They're not friends with Yuji. They don't have the emotional attachment to Yuji that Nobata and Megumi do. So, of course, all they see Yuji as is a threat. All they know is that he is possessed by Sukuna, that Sukuna lives within him. And so, of course, you would take that guy out. Sukuna is a big threat to, the world at large and to the Jujutsu society in general. So why not take out Yuji if that's what you have to do to get rid of Sukuna? And I like that the show explains this, because we as the viewers, of course, we're going to side with Nobata, Megumi, and Yuji, and just the students from the Tokyo school, because we see them more often and they are usually the focal points of the episodes. But that doesn't make the Kyoto students evil because they're trying to kill Yuji. They're just doing what they think needs to be done. And I like that the show explains their position a little more. It makes them a little more, I want to say, it humanizes them more instead of making them out to just to be these bad guys coming in trying to kill Yuji. It looks like episode 16 is going to give us more of Toudou versus Yuji, so that's always good. And it's also going to give us one-on-one battles between the other students that will hopefully showcase their abilities and give us a better idea what they're capable of. Also, I still think that Gojo isn't going to take very kindly that the principal of the Kyoto school ordered his students to kill Yuji. So I kind of think that Gojo is going to do something. We've seen that Gojo's been antagonizing this dude for a while now. So I'm hoping that's going to come to a head in the next episode, or maybe in the next few episodes, and we get to see those two come to an actual confrontation. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you on this one. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. And if you are so inclined, subscribe and share. It would help me out a lot. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. I respond to almost everything. Also, you can hit me up on Twitter at DatDudeAnime. I'll see you guys in the next one.